How does a civilization, brilliant enough to measure the stars, construct colossal stone cities in the jungle, and develop one of the ancient world's most advanced knowledge systems, slowly fall silent? This question is not merely a mystery, it is a human tragedy, and deep within the rainforests of Central America, cities rise, seemingly impossible against the lush backdrop. Great pyramids tower above the jungle canopy. Ancient plazas lie hidden beneath roots and vines. Temples, once alive with ritual and power, now stand in silence, enveloped by towering trees. But the haunting beauty of these ruins tells a deeper story. These remnants do not belong to a weak society, nor to a people lacking knowledge or structure. They are the legacy of one of the ancient world's most intelligent and artistically sophisticated civilizations. For long, the outside world remained oblivious to what lay hidden in these forests. Local memories endured, with nearby inhabitants aware that the land held the remnants of a bygone era. Yet many outsiders. In the 19th century, some preferred to speculate about Egyptians, lost tribes, or vanished foreign races, rather than accept that an indigenous American civilization had created such monumental cities. Then came John Lloyd Stephens and Frederick Catherwood. They pushed through the jungle, battling mud, insects, disease, political unrest, and uncertainty to reach sites like Copan. Their discovery, Catherwood's drawings provided undeniable proof. These were not mere legends. They were monuments erected by a real civilization, native to the Americas, vast in ambition, and astonishing in artistic refinement. But this revelation opened a deeper question. Why did such a brilliant world slowly unravel in its southern? To understand the Mayas' fall, one must first revisit the height of their existence. The classic Maya civilization, from around 250 to 900 AD, was not a singular empire with a supreme capital. It was a network of independent, often rival city-states. Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Calakmul each vied for prestige, security, and influence through alliances, royal merit. This competition brought energy and brilliance, but also constant pressure. At the heart of life was maize. Corn was not merely food. It represented survival, economy, sacred identity, and social stability. In a tropical environment with thin soils and unpredictable rainfall, every harvest symbolized more than nourishment. It signified that life continued as it should, with the world remaining in balance. At the center of this balance stood the Cayuho Ajo, or Holy Lord. He was not just a political ruler, he was the mediator between people, gods, and royal ancestors. Through ritual and ceremony, he upheld cosmic order. If the rains came and crops flourished, the world felt intact. If they failed, the consequences were spiritual. For a long time, the Maya civilization seemed extraordinary in every direction. They created the only complete writing system in the ancient Americas, capable of recording dynasties, rituals, wars, and memories in intricate detail. Their base 20 mathematics included the concept of zero, a monumental achievement. Their calendars tracked sacred and solar cycles with impressive. Maya astronomers meticulously followed celestial movements, especially the cycles of Venus and eclipses. This was no simple society wrapped in myth. It was disciplined, intelligent, and deeply structured, striving to align human life with time, ritual, and cosmic order. The pain of the later collapse lies in the fact that what began to crack was not chaos, but a refined world built on knowledge. And the first signs of collapse were subtle absences. For centuries, rulers raised carved stone monuments recording sacred dates and victories, public declarations that the old order endured. Yet, that voice began to fade. At Palenque, the last dated monument appears in 799 AD, at Copan in 822, and at Tikal in 869. These dates are significant, hinting that something within the system was weakening long before. Construction projects were left unfinished, temples halted mid-course, palace expansions were abandoned. The sight of unfinished work tells a poignant story. A ruined building narrates one tale, but an unfinished one speaks of interruption and a future once anticipated. Now, archaeologists discovered crude fortifications rising around sites that had once radiated ceremonial confidence. The quality of elite goods diminished, trade networks weakened. The cities stood, but their resilience thinned. A society can appear impressive while dangerously brittle. Symbols remain, buildings stand tall, yet the ability to absorb pressure fades beneath. In the southern Maya lowlands, the collapse did not begin when the cities emptied. It commenced when the civilization could no longer uphold its own promises. What pushed the Maya world beyond recovery? The most compelling answer reveals a chain of crises. The fall of the southern lowlands arose from a deadly blend of escalating warfare, environmental degradation, and prolonged drought. Each pressure alone does not explain the end, but together they weave a tragic narrative. A sophisticated civilization was placed under stress, becoming vulnerable as each crisis deepened the others. Warfare had long been part of life, but in the final centuries, it grew harsher and more destabilizing. Earlier conflicts often had ritual significance, serving political display. Later evidence suggests desperation. Defensive walls emerged in cities that once displayed ceremonial openness. In certain regions, conflict shifted from prestige to survival, pulling farmers from their fields, disrupting trade, spreading fear, and undermining stability. As the Maya wrestled with conflict, they may have unknowingly increased the pressure on their environment. The rainforest, lush yet delicate, required more cleared land for maize agriculture. Monumental cities demanded labor, timber, and stone. Even the striking white lime plaster, which adorned Maya buildings, had hidden costs. Over time, forests diminished, soils became exposed, and the landscape lost its resilience. The irony of success is painful. Visible marks of achievement can become the hidden roots of decline. Then came pressure from the sky. Scientific evidence from lake sediments and cave formations indicates a prolonged period of severe drought beginning as southern cities faced crisis. For a civilization reliant on rainfall and maize agriculture, this was no minor hardship. It was a direct assault on life's foundations. Crops failed, water levels dropped, and hunger spread. As hardship deepened, the sacred claims of divine kingship faced Maya rulers governed with the belief that ritual could uphold cosmic order. But when the rains ceased, that promise began to crack. Drought intensified scarcity. Scarcity bred conflict. Conflict further weakened farming and trade, while environmental damage curtailed recovery. Each crisis fed into the next, creating a cycle of stress and failing legitimacy. Yet amid this turmoil, the story becomes profoundly human. The end of the great southern cities did not signify the end of the Maya people. This distinction is vital. Empty plazas and abandoned temples can mislead, suggesting total disappearance. But ruins can fall silent long before. What collapsed were not the Maya as a race, nor their civilization in its entirety, but a specific political and social order built around divine kings, monumental cities, and a fragile balance of power, food, and belief. As that order failed to protect life, people adapted, moving from grand ceremonial centers to smaller. This story unfolds not through one apocalyptic moment, but countless quiet departures. Families turned their backs on the world their ancestors shaped because staying became impossible. The jungle began its patient reclamation, roots infiltrating stone, trees rising. The world of kings and priests softened, covered, and folded back into the landscape. Yet life continued, culture survived, memory endured. The narrative did not conclude in the south. In the north, centers like Chichen Itza later thrived through trade and adaptation. Across the broader Maya world, culture remained vibrant in language, ritual, and daily life. Today, millions of Maya people reside in Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Their existence answers the silence of those ruins, reminding us that the story of the classic Maya is not solely about decline, or it reflects the fragile relationship between brilliance and survival. The Maya constructed one of the ancient world's most sophisticated civilizations. For centuries, it appeared strong, yet beneath that strength, pressure mounted. The great southern cities did not collapse in a single moment. They gradually emptied, leaving a civilization can be magnificent yet vulnerable. The ultimate meaning of the Maya story transcends collapse. It signifies adaptation. The people persevered, even when the system faltered. They changed, moved, endured, and carried their culture forward. In modern life, we often admire what seems powerful externally, scale, status, speed, control. But the crucial question is whether something is resilient, balanced, and sustainable. This principle applies not only to nations and institutions, but to individual lives as well. A person may appear strong while quietly losing balance within. Therefore, healthy foundations hold greater significance than grand appearances. The courage to adapt often outweighs the desire to preserve a system already breaking. So here lies a simple question. What is the biggest lesson from the Maya story? Resilience, climate warning, or the fragility of power? Reflect on this and share your thoughts for collective contemplation.